So I just got hit by a massive wave of agoraphobia, and I had to get up and record this because it was not leaving my head. Um, this is my kind of first agoraphobia vlog, if you want to call it that. I kind of just been getting this sense all week as this has been building that I might need to actually just share these moments where it really hits me, because I don't know about you, but when I watch videos where people talk about how they have a big fear about doing something, when they're doing the video, even though I feel they're being authentic and telling the truth about that, they're not necessarily in it in the moment. And sometimes we need to just like capture it when it really hits, so you can see, oh yeah, this person does go through that. It's not just me. So I've been feeling the need to be very vulnerable and actually share when it hits me. I'm not going to be putting this video out anytime close to when I'm recording it, because I'll have to wait for my Discord community to go out. So when you're watching this, it will already be public, because otherwise it won't make sense to put this video out before then. But I'm getting closer and closer to the time where I'm going to have to start inviting people in. And even though I'm not quite there yet, I've got a few things to tweak and check and test and all of that stuff. I'm close, and I'm feeling really nervous because there's this part of me that's like, what are you doing? Why are you committing to something that you don't even know you can do yet? You know, and it's like all the fears are like raising their their heads right now, because I'm just like, it's such a leap of faith for me, because there's been this part of me that's like, you know, you don't have to do this. You could just like you could just like, you know, drop the mic, exit stage right, and never talk about this again, and nobody's gonna notice. You know? But I know I can't do that. I know I can't do that. I know I've got to do this. I know I'm being called to do this, but I'm kind of shitting myself because something that I have been resisting for the majority of my life is now going to be like my niche, is now going to be the center focus of what I do. And so now it's like I have to really dare to like show up for it. And I've got to actually be willing to be vulnerable enough to go, I don't know how to do this, or I just don't feel like up to it today, and show up anyway. So I know it's what I need, because if I don't, I'll just get complacent and I'll just keep putting stuff off and procrastinating. And so I know it's like my accountability in a lot of ways, you know. So if you like my music, if you've been like, Thea, when are you going to actually release something? Then supporting this community, supporting my YouTube and all of that is going to just like help that along, because if people start showing up for this, then I can't just like gracefully bow out and go, well, there's crickets here, so I could just like not do it. So if you want to hold me accountable, then please come to the community. But it's like, I've just been feeling all week this part of me just wanting to like back out of this, because it's like, it's not too late. You haven't announced what it is yet. But I kind of have already, because I put my review video out, so people know that I'm already talking about this, you know. But I'm finally creating a space where people who feel moments just like this can actually come together and support one another. And I just love the idea of that because when you're a indie musician, and particularly if you live a very sort of isolated life like I do, um, you wear so many hats and you're trying to do so many things yourself. That just having a little bit of moral support, a little bit of community, just makes all the difference, you know. Um, and I want to be able to create that space. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. This is the thing. It's like I've created communities before. I've run volunteer groups before. I've, I know I have the skills to do the community side of it. I'm not that worried about that. And even the technical side of it, you know, like setting up Discord servers, I've done that before. It's the actual, well, what am I going to do in the space? And what am I going to do in the space besides holding space for everybody and you know, keeping the community active, is actually showing up and recording and doing my work.